Unscripted. Me, Ellie.
Shakes.
We've got a special guest today.
Very special.
He's been pending for a long time. Introduce yourself, bro.
I'm Timmy here. Also known as TL. I'll come next thing soon. Here to just support my boy, my boy. Yeah, should have a great podcast today.
Man, we just having a lot of banter and laughing about times in school.
Wow.
How people have changed.
Yeah.
How life has changed.
Yeah. Interesting times.
Very, very interesting. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to be talking about school times. Mm-hmm. What lessons have we learned, while we're in school? What were we told before, especially the secondary school, high school period? Yeah. What were we told that we were going to experience in secondary school, but it wasn't what it was. People weren't who they were, and then obviously now as we are, ironically, all 23, how life is kind of different from that perspective too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think personally, I'll start on a kind of more comical basis. Is how growing up watching Disney Channel and Nickelodeon, I had a completely false perception of school. Completely false. I actually thought school would have lockers, as cool as fun,
I
think
it was just our school actually.
You know what? And that's the thing as well.
Our school was built like a prison.
Bro.
It was actually dull,
It was so dull.
I just remember being a high school musical boy, or That's So Raven, or Miley Cyrus had them on, you get the best of both worlds. So I was thinking to myself, as soon as I touch secondary school, it's going to be like a musical.
That's what I thought.
It's a lockers, tables set out, everybody's just the tables set out, literally rows, columns, like certain layout. I got to secondary school now, and I was like, right, I was just literally surrounded by it. I felt like I was in a prison, man, literally.
I thought I was in prison. And then I get there, from being the oldest, like in year 6, you feel like, I remember I used to feel like year 6, I used to feel like I was grown. We were allowed to sit on the big chairs, like when all the younger years had to sit on the floor. Now I get to year 7, I'm seeing some big guys.
Honestly.
I actually remember the first day I went into school, I think I saw, I don't know if you guys remember, when we were year 7, there was someone in year 10, he's quite short, called Sam. He wasn't tall, he was quite short, it was called Sam.
When we were in year 11?
Yeah, the black guy.
Yeah.
I think I saw it. I walked down to the playground once and he made contact with me. I just ran back inside. I don't know what was in me. I don't know why I did that. I have no idea why.
Was he our young man?
No, he was older. He was like year 10.
Yeah. He's an actor now.
I think
he's an actor.
Yeah, this one, I feel like Yeah. He's actually.
My memory's normally good. I cannot literally. I can't pinpoint who you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's mad because even in terms of like studying about how GCSEs, I think they were important. Yeah. But just to find out, and those listening who are doing GCSEs in school, you need to buckle down. This is not for you to just slack. But it wasn't that important. It wasn't that critical. Because I've seen people who didn't get GCSEs, but they got into college
and they excelled.
Down
a different pathway.
And I think in that, at least the serious side, it shows that like in life, in terms of when you're told like if you fail this, life is over. It's not over.
Not necessarily.
This is not over.
As long as you plan ahead, as long as you know how to navigate your way around, as long as you have a plan B and a plan C, and you apply yourself properly, as he likes to say, you can find a way. You've got to work hard.
And let's talk as well about the entrepreneurial side. Wow. Since you had a share of the business market, the Central Foundation Boys
Very competitive market.
Especially with a boys' school, a lot of testosterone.
A lot of egos at play, a lot of competition, a lot of, you had to prove yourself in it, but I really feel like, even though it was technically illegal in the school to be selling, extortion of the younger lot, but it really did expand your, and it really does enhance your business acumen, and it is making money because
No, you talk, it's fine.
Like, I just learned that, obviously.
You learn to be
nowadays
a bit street smart.
Yeah.
To an extent.
What do you mean? Quite a few skills. Like how to dodge the teachers, dodge the oldest. Funny enough, I got a funny story about someone. this was when I think I probably started like selling like year 8, and there was one guy in the year above. I won't mention his name. And he came up to me and it was like, listen, I'll give you some money and you'll be my older, and he'll be my older.
What?
So basically, he was offering protection.
Okay. Seriously?
I don't know if you might know it is, but
I thought that was just in America. I didn't even know that existed.
Bro, this
But,
it
yeah.
goes on, you know.
Are you serious? I will pay you like this.
Wait, deep it. And this was like, what, maybe year 7, year 8.
Niggas was soliciting.
At the age of what, like 12,
Yeah,
11, 12, 13, around those kind of ages. And yeah, he was saying, if you give me some money, I'll be your older. I didn't even know how to react to this situation. Even now, still. But yeah.
Was this in year 7?
It was like year 7 or year 8.
Okay, cool.
Right,
You know what it is?
You got to tell us after.
Yeah.
Let's
keep that
Let's
keep
keep
that off wax for now. Swear down. Swear down. I can see you doing that. Hey, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, you can bring me
Well,
up.
even funny enough, later on, we did have some competition with this guy as well, even selling. And later,
He didn't like it.
He didn't like it.
With me, he was
selling the same products. You know, Lucozade orange for £1. You know,
trying to shock your man out.
trying to shout it out, shout out the competition.
We were actually debating as well. Apparently, there was a time when Timmy was he had most of the percentage of the
highest grossing.
Nah.
No matter how many people tried to rubbish my product, say that I still excelled.
Yeah, there was a lot of scandals.
There was a lot of scandals, but I still prospered.
What did you say again? What did you say?
I transitioned to so many things. Initially, I started with
diversified.
I diversified my portfolio. Yes, definitely. I started out selling crisps as everybody does. Then I branched out into selling chocolates. McCoy's, Fanta fruit twist, and Fanta orange, and obviously I kind of called
orange as well.
I vultured a little bit and I jumped into these man's little lane, Lucozade. I was doing
donuts as well.
Donuts, where Simon tried to trash my name.
What did he say? What did he call it?
I'm not saying it.
Can I say it?
Can I can't say it.
Can I not say it?
I'm
not gonna say it.
No, I'm
gonna say it.
It's unscripted. Let's be real. Are you sure? Yeah.
It wasn't a very nice name, and to this day, and funny enough, I'm best friends with the guy that actually branded me that. But we go over it.
For me, I felt like I came. The reason why I felt like I was the best seller is because I came with products that other people didn't have. So like when people were selling, selling McCoys, like coming through me. When people were saying we're selling free pastels, I managed to sell Skittles.
And I was like, I tried to take him out one time as well. I tried to drop we all tried to take him out. I didn't like him. Jake was the dark horse in the race. I didn't like him like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
competition. And I felt it was good, because it already instilled in us that nature to try and
outdo the competition.
Instilled in you a competitive trait. What can I do to increase myself? What can I do to get one over Timmy or whoever it was? So
I think it was good. I think
actually one question I want to ask here. Do you remember like 2 years above, or was it I can't remember. Them guys used to sell ice money.
They did.
Yeah.
First time I was so
How?
Skinny guy.
How?
In the winter time.
You can put in that.
How is the possible?
It was still frozen. I don't know how he did it.
How? I don't
He
understand.
started selling for 50p. You might make money in the school. That's how it works. That was the first I was into like,
wow. Yeah, I don't understand.
You might make a profit out of sorting youngers.
I don't know how they managed to do that.
Yeah,
they have a cooler in the bag or something. But
I know some people used to buy actual the dedication of ice bags to put inside the bag to keep like the drinks cold and stuff like that.
You'd actually see them.
But ice money is different though.
Actually, this is different. I don't know how you done that.
Unless you're carrying a refrigerator in your bag. So
they would go to Ice and Angel, and I think they'll go to they had one refrigerator in the school as well. They'll just put it in and they'll take it out. Maybe they had one teaching plug.
I don't know, maybe
in the school. There was a lot of corruption.
But I say that
favoritism.
That school was a prison.
Favoritism.
Especially in the early years, it was a prison.
So you had to rub shoulders with who you had to rub shoulders with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think it was good though because even though it wasn't legal like in government terms, but it already taught us like how you said checks of we needed like if we need to make money. Or for example, the school money our parents gave wasn't enough. We'll go and get ours.
Yeah.
And even though sometimes some people got clocked and they'll be shamed,
Yeah.
Literally, your Lucozade drink being poured out in front of you.
Right in front of you. Right in front of you.
It showed you perseverance because you had to find new ways.
It's true.
You had to find new ways to kind of deal
coming
with
back,
kind
going
of.
back and coming back, and that was a very necessary life skill that we all had to develop in it, and it's got us to
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah, proper good. I mean, like taking it now, you know, jump a bit forward to where we are now in life. I think just the fundamentals, you know, let's say like just in selling, it showed us as I mentioned, you know, perseverance, you know, like looking for different gaps in the market, trying different things, not being afraid to try different things, even though there was a lot of risk. To an extent, we're actually practicing the things that we need now.
Necessary life skills that we need to develop.
Like how to appeal to your customer. There's a lot of things. The way I sold to certain groups of people was not the same way I used to sell to other people. Like how you said to the street it's not the same way that I'll go and sell.
I won't lie, like, you know.
And there's certain products that they like that other people didn't like. Some people like the bacon sizzler. Even though that's a
you know what? Georgie, Charlie Simpson, Harry Conway, Harry Sanger. God bless all of you. Matthew.
Love you,
man. You man never sell out every my playtime. Love all you man for that. Yeah.
But also in terms of like the GCSE aspect, I think even though like the typical subjects that in high school, secondary school you have to be well in, like English, science, maths. I think the creatives, extracurricular subjects are so important.
That's one
like
thing.
Music, business, drama. Even though like even teachers might not like give as much credit to it, but if you look nowadays, people who are probably having regrets, like much older than us, you know, they kind of
lean too much towards like the core.
Essential. They had that creative side or that entrepreneur side, like they neglected it exactly. But that was actually the most important thing. It was actually the most important thing.
You know. So what I would say is, obviously, maths and English, that's just compulsory. You have to have that. Like, in this day and age, you're not going to survive without it. Like, I would even say to you, try and get your stand. But you know, have music like us lot. He had business. They both had business. And me and him, we had a mutual love for music. You know, or drama. You know, or if acting is your kind of forte, like have acting there. You just never know because you can't study. You can't be a bookworm all the time. You need an outlet. So
that's a bigger issue that I feel like schools actually need to even tackle and look at.
Because funding as well.
Because I don't really feel like they push the creative kind of side.
It's neglected.
It's neglected.
It's treated as an afterthought.
Like even having like music lessons in school was such a big thing.
It's true. When you look back at it,
issue
for real.
Some of the teachers, like for you to say that you've got a concert coming up and you have to go and practice.
You really had to practice. Like, they'll let you go because they instilled in us like, okay, you've got to have that kind of range to yourself. You know what I'm saying? It like, you know, in terms of performance, you know, confidence as well. It really did help us, you know, and perform for a mature audience. Oh my gosh, you know. But you really just see how big the world is when you're not just doing maths and English, like as he said. But go on.
And I feel like it's funny because we're in 2019 now, and everything is leaning more to the creative kind of side. I mean, most jobs, the most well-paid jobs, are more in creative industries.
Not the ones that advertise where you have to necessarily get a qualification for and then apply online and go through the systematic kind of thing.
So I feel like schools definitely need to like look at that creative side and try to like, I don't know whether just push it a bit more, fund it a little bit more as well. Because that is still an opportunity. Some people, not everyone thinks, which side of the brain is it, right side or left hand? Not everyone is more academical based. But
some people can use both hemispheres of their brain, whereas some people are more inclined to like the right side. Like obviously, you know.
And I feel that's another reason why a lot of people that had some of these skills, these creative skills, and they weren't allowed to express it. So I felt like that was an issue why a lot of people then went to go and express it in different ways. By getting in trouble, by being vocal. People that were good at acting, people that were good at speaking, were just loud in the playground and just messing about because they didn't have no outlet to actually express this creativity.
And they didn't have a trigger for it. Sometimes, you know,
think of all the people that were good at drama.
It's true, you know.
Think about the names.
It's actually so
Think of the people that were good at drama.
Hey, missed opportunities, man. You know?
And sometimes, like, I'll be probably, because honestly, we're being real authentic. I was one of those sometimes who like shame others or put others down because I was maybe like in set 1 or 2 in maths and English, but they were only good at drama and stuff. But looking back, like whoa, I was actually very wrong.
But
that's how we were.
That's how we were brought up. We were all from Africa, like West African background speaking. So it was just instilled in us like you had to get your maths.
Yeah.
But football, what?
I mean, even up to A levels,
acting,
what? Even up to A levels.
Your parents weren't having
just wanted to do maths and the sciences or something.
And if you're not doing those, why are you doing A levels?
It's so true, though.
But I will say that, of course, I would advise, like if you can, try and at least do one top tier, like one like a maths or chemistry or biology. Yes, but don't neglect your creative side. Don't neglect the acting. Don't neglect the music. Like, you should have those things. You just never know.
Like computing,
you never know, man.
Because most people like these days, probably for not just these days, but for a long time. Well, just generally. Well, I can't remember the exact statistic, but there are a lot of people basically who are unhappy where they work. What they're doing, what they don't really want to do. It's not to say that everyone's going to do what they want to do, but most people don't, probably because of that reason. And the foundation in school, it was neglected, or like there wasn't a lot of investment. It was just like the status quo. You have to go here, you have to do this, you have to do this. And even like, to an extent, we really appreciate our parents, but even parenting, for the first generation, our parents coming to the UK, played a big part as well.
In staring in the direction of no, you must do this.
Academically,
It's just like that, but I always say if you know better, you do better, innit? So if you know that, if you understand that, cool, like this is the reality that this is my parents come to this country, they've worked hard because obviously we're in a land of opportunity, right? Like obviously that's why I keep reiterating that yes, do stick by your compulsory courses, but at the same, if you can make time and obviously be diligent and be disciplinary with how you manage your time in it, but do make time for your your leisure. I wouldn't call it leisure, but do make time for your creative side because you just never know. Like life is it's a two-sided coin, innit? Like small margins, innit? Like you never know if you could just be acting one day and a producer for a film, for a big time independent film, or even a big a multi-million sponsor or
a film company,
say Warner or so, you never know, like Mr. Opportunities just come like that. Timing, so timing, and obviously consistency in practicing your craft. Obviously, there's one thing saying, you should just endeavour in your craft, but obviously work hard at it as well.
Like definitely, even like obviously we're still young, so even from an extent to the mistakes we were probably told or we fell into, we can still learn. And we can't say for generally like it's too late for a certain age. But even if like you're past education, you're not in it anymore, maybe you've graduated or you're not in college or whatever, like go after it now.
It's never actually too late.
Go after it now.
I mean, and
there are a lot of examples in today's society. Too many examples. Too many. That's even touches on to one of the previous episodes that we did of there's no excuse.
There's no excuse.
Well, some people, it is relative though, I do believe, but for the whole part, if you're healthy and you've got everyone at your disposal, like you are in a land of opportunity, there really isn't any excuse, is there? You just gotta find a way, man. It's a cruel world.
Every resource is accessible.
Every resource is accessible, especially we've got our fingertips. Like you have no excuse. You really don't.
100%.
Use your time wisely.
And regarding probably friends in school,
exactly what I was about.
Wow.
I didn't want to
you can start, Tim. What did the school show you about that? About friends, about people?
Hey, look, I've got to say that. I'll say for one thing, life is predictable and life is somewhat unpredictable in a sense, because I'll say that obviously I started out. I came secondary obviously with you to this day. Like still this. Me and you. We were at odds with each other at times, innit? But intrinsically, you were always my brother, innit? So that's you and me.
Definitely.
But I feel like what secondary school teaches you is that you have to be very careful about who you pick as your circle, because your circle is very influential in how you navigate your life, innit? And you need to remember that from age 11 to 16, those are the key developmental stages of your life, innit? So, you know,
That's when
any
you learn
misstep,
anything.
it might affect you in the short term or the long term, but try any bad habits, bad traits of yourself, it's best to just iron it out in secondary school, innit? Because it can catch up with you to this. Like, trust me, I know firsthand, innit? That it can really, you know, hinder you going forward, innit? So I'll say that, you know, obviously treat people as you want to be treated. You know, be observant, be receptive to new information, be receptive to new personalities. Because in life, like even when you're working in the business world, you have to be able to like just acquiesce to different people. Like, there's going to be certain characters in life you just can't mesh with. I know that firsthand about myself. There's going to be certain people that not everyone's going to like you. Yeah. You have to accept that.
As from your experiences, you can touch on as well.
You know, like year 7, like I'll say that, you know.
Obviously, no names, right?
No names. But year 7,
anymore.
I came out trying to be like the clown, like the African clown, innit? But obviously, I had different facets to my personality, innit? Like, you know, one minute I could be the fresh guy, next minute I could be like, you know, the really like well-spoken, articulate, you know, eloquent.
I was thinking of African giant. I was saying why.
No. You know, and then the next minute I could be the very smart, studious, you know, self-contained kind of guy. But you know, and I found that, you know, people like it more when you have a niche about yourself. So I realized that, you know, I just have to stick to one thing. Stop trying to be everybody at the same time, because people aren't gonna like that. Be yourself at the same time. And I know when it came down to it, like, you know, and that's what helped me with you know, my character assessment of people. You know what I'm saying? And people's assessment of me. I wouldn't say that I was like the most loved guy in year 7, but you know, people found me entertaining, people, you know, somewhat. And as I was going through, people began to sort of, when everybody just wrote down their, you know, kind of like their facade around each other, you know, you start to see that, you know, some people are not as bad as we thought they were. I feel like somewhat that is relative testament to like maturity and just experiences. But you know, like I'll say that, you know, being around this guy here really, you know, we were saying earlier about, you know, having like Jesus is very important. Like if not for this guy, if not having this guy as like the main, you know, the number one in terms of like grades, like the number one what's it called, academic guy in our year. If not having him in my, I don't know how I would have ended up. And obviously having another friend who told me that, look, you're not as smart as you think you are. I'm somebody that wants to prove people wrong. So, you know, having people telling me you can't do this, it just made me more defiant. So.
And in school, you get that a lot.
You get that a lot, so it is good to have people that doubt you, but obviously not doubt you to the sense that they put you everything down about your life. You're gonna get that in life, you know. People they just hate on you, innit? They just don't want you to do well because they just don't like you. But you have to be resilient and be receptive to criticism. You know, and those are the real friends. People that actually say to your face, like, look, you ain't who you think you are. Maybe they're doing it for your own because they want to see how you expand your, like, to what capacity do you possess in it. So thank God for these two in it, like, you know, because I had this guy telling me he was better than me at maths all the time, and that pushed me because I wanted to prove him wrong.
Wait, what's that? You've been better at maths than me since probably primary school.
We were both good at maths. I was crap at maths. Second primary
school. What was your
GCSE
maths score?
I got an A. You know me. I got
a B.
Yeah, but initially you were getting B's, I was getting C's. But because of you, I had to work hard. I had to work hard. And obviously when this guy got an A in year 10, man put his blazer on. Everybody like,
this guy remembers the details. Wow. He wasn't even thinking, whoa, someone's looking at me this way. Flashing when his blazer.
Man put his blazer, got up early, he finished 30 minutes before everything, because I think it was the non-calculator. I was like, who does this guy think he is?
Imagine, he saw that in, he's like, whoa, what's going on?
But all I could think to myself was, rah, I want to be like him. And sometimes you might not be like that person, but you can push yourself to the limit and aspire to be, and, you know. Motivation. Look, reach for the moon, fall amongst the stars. So thank God for these guys, innit? And you know, so in terms of that, like, you know, like friends that will push you to reach your maximum capacity. You need those, man. Trust me. Surround yourself with studious people.
I like Pathway 1. I feel like it pushed everyone
to the limit.
To their limit.
To their limit, yeah.
Even to an extent, I think it was bad because, at least for me, and I got the vibe from some people, is that you want to stay in that pathway for the status. You're above one. But nevertheless, it was good.
That was a badge.
That's the thing.
I'm that guy.
I feel like everyone used to look at Pathway 1 and be like, oh man.
But no, Pathway 1 was real, and that's when you were with the big boys, isn't it? Like the elite of your year in terms of academia. So you know, like, there was just an extra onus to just like study extra harder, and you know, and obviously as well, like you, like, excuse me, I feel like pathway 1 as well. I saw you had to do extra courses as well in order to. You had to do French.
You did like triple science and like French.
It was hard. It was tough.
I wish I took French seriously.
We both got a B though.
It was I could still speak like basic French, but now I wish I could speak French.
Like maybe you got the theory,
The French honeys in it. Yeah, I feel that.
I remember that was funny because 7 to 9 I messed about in French. I'm thinking that when it gets here 10.
It felt like a free class.
It was a free class.
I just go in there.
I remember we did Mandarin as well.
Oh yeah, I remember. That was trash.
If not for our French teacher, Mrs. Francis, and I used to actually hate me, innit? But if not for her,
if not for her,
I would have got a B. So Miss Francis.
Why did you say that?
No, because Miss Francis, she was my favourite teacher, but I never let her know it though.
Why?
She was just the best in it.
Why was she the
Miss
best?
Francis in it. But Miss Francis, thank you so much for pushing us to our maximum potential. Yeah.
Shout out Miss Francis and everyone that knows Miss Francis.
I used to eco.
Oh, Mr. Eco as well. Thank you so much. Friendship.
He's actually good, but he's actually worse. But you didn't like him. He didn't like him.
He didn't like him.
I love him.
I love into experiences.
Mr. Eco was he real recognizes real, innit? He was my guy. That's what I'll say.
Wait.
Yeah, it's crazy, and probably another thing that we could talk about, regarding friends in school and stuff, is that from early on you kind of find out, some people. You actually no. Let me flip it. The teachers, you actually feel sorry for them, and you can't understand them, even though we're far from what the age they were, even when they were teaching us.
That's the thing.
You understand where they were coming from.
Looking back at it now,
the stress.
Being 23. Looking back at, imagine a little year 7 student, somebody that is 11-year-old, 12-year-old, talking to me, disrespecting me, giving me a hard time.
Sorry.
Like.
We're being uncut, aren't we? Yeah.
I'm just thinking,
it was real.
I could never be a teacher. I do not have that patience.
I don't have the patience.
I don't have the skills to be a teacher.
I just don't have the necessary.
Imagine a little child being disrespectful to me.
It's a thankless job.
Yeah,
it's a thankless job.
I feel like teachers don't get the credit that they deserve.
Yeah, no, definitely.
They are our second mothers. They are our second fathers as well.
So then, when you think of it as well, like even through some of the stuff they have to go through, when you hear like the government freezing salaries and stuff, obviously they're not going to get paid as much as maybe doctors, but it's actually unfair.
It is unfair. It is unfair.
So unfair.
Teachers,
some just genuinely care,
They actually
genuinely love
they
it.
actually go out there to give you extra tuition lessons.
And they want you to do the best in life.
No. I'm grateful to a lot of those teachers. Like, honestly, like, God, I don't know where I'll be without those lot. Like, Mr. Sharp, Mrs. Francis, Mr. Chapman. You know what, mate? Mr. Chapman, you're an
Rolly.
That guy gave me some.
New Zealand
That guy
teacher,
gave me a
man.
demo of one silly advice, but I'm not even gonna say it. I'll take that later.
Mr. Chapman, if not for you, I would not have lacked maths, man. Honestly, I would not have lacked maths. So thank you so much for that as well. But no,
This food used to stink as well, man. So.
Really, man, come on now.
Terrible.
But there were some good teachers. There was some poor teachers as well. There were some teachers that just didn't care.
Some people ask, "Are you even a teacher?"
Yeah.
The pay must have been good, man. Come on, man. Let's not rub it on.
Yeah, definitely it must have been good, but like some people,
to the effort that I have to put in. I don't know.
I think like being a teacher, first of all, thinking about it now, you should first be teaching me how to be as a person.
Yeah.
Because some people like Mr. Bank, I'm gonna say his name straight.
As
a person, I don't know if he was putting on a front.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
He was trying too hard.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Mr. Bank,
like, he was.
There's two sides I have to assess this guy. On one side, I won't lie to this day, Mr. Bank. If I see you on road, like, we're gonna have to finish off our little fight, innit? But
this guy's like 5'8".
But on the plus side, though, Mr. Bank, thank you, like, great, good IT teacher, innit? But like.
No, that guy's a snake. He's a snake. He's just, oh wow.
He really picked himself up, you know?
Yeah, he did.
He took pride in making you stand by the computer.
Yeah. I mean,
I've said what I need to say on it.
Made him feel powerful. But anyway.
But the class he was teaching though was really important because I think from when I left school and I was talking to some career advisor. It wasn't the woman in school, someone else. But I realized that even now there are a lot of, if you want to go down that route, there are a lot of jobs in the IT sector anyway.
There are. That's what I was saying.
In the
I think that's another kind of subject, bro.
That's why Mr. Bang was necessary. Like, as a teacher, he was a good teacher. I can't take that from him.
I don't think we even had enough IT lessons. Like,
it's true, because the way the world's going, it's going in the direction anyway.
IT was when you think IT was compulsory.
I think that's a core subject. I feel like
it's
that
core.
You
need to have computational skills. You need to be able to navigate a computer. Like to this day, like my mom still asks, to this day, wild ways, but like to this day, like some people can't. They don't know how to navigate between Word. They don't even know the difference between Excel, Word, Publisher.
Like even if for people who maybe, let's say, immigrants or migrants, whatever, have come to this country and they're probably looking to get the foundational skills, definitely IT needs to be in it. 100%. Even if it's like an extra professional qualification. Because if you can't do that, you can't go to a job and like not have the basics. Does not make any sense.
Living in this digital age, everything has to be
everything's digital. So you have to have a basic grasp of how to navigate a computer. That's the way the world is right now.
Yeah, it's so important, because if you go into a job and you don't have like the very basics, they can actually dismiss you during your probation period.
Just like that.
They can actually dismiss you if you don't have the basics. And when you think of like even the stuff that we were doing, like editing websites and stuff like that, and going back to the creative side, very important.
Very important.
Like you said, I think they should be I don't know what the conversations that the school governing bodies have in schools, but that should be one of the core subjects actually. Heavily invested in.
Now, definitely going on from now, I feel like it should definitely be one of the core subjects because it's so important. It's a big aspect of our everyday lives. So I don't know why we were just having like one lesson for every 2 weeks or something.
So true.
If not that we were even in pathway 1, we wouldn't have even done any IT. So all of those things that we learned, like making a website and all that kind of stuff, we wouldn't have even done any of that.
It's very true.
Spreadsheets and stuff.
Like
even to this day, like to
this day.
It's become part of the
certain formulas in the Excel sheet I know from school. Like sorting, filtering, formulas. So, but some people don't know. Some people don't know. They probably even argue they don't know. But then again, they probably didn't get that much of investment in it. But it's like, whoa, you look back and then you start to appreciate, the stuff that you learned in school. Even, some teachers as well. And the friendships. But yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, I know you can edit this out, so I was gonna say, what was your best year in secondary school out of 5 years?
That's a good question.
No, this is fine, man.
I'm sure you've got a script there already, innit?
Yeah. This is unscripted. I don't know.
I'll show you. Just going off of your.
Yeah, just going on 10. It's unscripted, bro. No script, nothing.
Best year secondary. Woo! I've got two. For me personally, my most enjoyable year, it's either year 9 or year 11. I say year 9 because I felt like at year 9 is when everyone knew everyone. You knew like who the characters were. You knew the oldest, you the youngest. You were just there. You were on the balance, and I felt secure myself. I knew who I was. I knew I didn't need to try and fit into anyone. I was just myself, and I found like my cool people that I see as my friends and stuff like that. Year 11. I say year 11 because year 11 was just fun, man. It was actually just fun. Everyone was in the same bracket. We all had GCSEs to focus on. So I feel like I developed new friendship based on us having that common struggle kind of thing. And yeah, man, year 11 was fun. It was fun.
Good social skills things. Working together like and stuff. But yeah, I think for me it was year 10 because I don't know if you guys remember, but our year was the only one that we went off-site a lot, like to have study leave. Our study leave was so short compared to other years. It's like
I didn't even get study leave. My last exam was pretty much and the day that study leave started. So
obviously not everyone would, but just to have the option of like more time to study, that was important, rather than always like having to come on Saturday sometimes. it would be
Remember those
yeah,
Saturdays?
required to.
Oh,
They
yeah.
provided some
Nice
ones,
little snacks.
them cereal bars.
You
Yeah,
energized.
it was good though. But yeah, I think that was the best because it was because of that factor as well. And the 11s were like probably stressed about GCSE. We were kind of the oldest in the school already.
Yeah.
To an extent.
That's
You
true.
know, we were kind of the oldest in the school, so
Our year 10 French trip was elite, man.
Oh, elite. One of the best experiences I've ever had in my
I'm not
life.
gonna lie,
Because
it was.
I got to go away with certain characters and actually see these people outside of school. I know, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. To this day, I still hold it memory so strong.
Yeah.
No, Ellie should have come.
You should have come through.
I still can't.
You should have come
Felt
through.
like 2
man.
weeks,
Again.
even though it was a week.
I don't,
Felt like 2 weeks. It actually
it was when I say I feel like that was probably my most enjoyable holiday.
Yeah.
To this day,
To this day,
it actually was.
It's top 5, well, top 3. I've been on 6 holidays.
It was elite. It was elite.
You
It was
know,
elite.
I still remember, sorry, the stories about you when you're sleeping on the bed. I still remember. To this day, I still remember.
Oh my
I
god.
still remember.
I just
These
remember
man-
going into the room.
these
I
man-
just
so
went into the
funny.
room and the light was off and I saw someone sleeping like
Tombstone.
no, it wasn't like that.
He was like this. Timmy was like this. I was just thinking, what is going on? Is this guy alive?
It was so crazy. I actually thought I was in a dream. Because like all these men were just in their bunk beds, yeah? I was just trying to sleep. I was just trying to sleep in peace, because I know that day was just hot. I was feeling intense. I was feeling emotional because I was tingling on the beach that I couldn't find. So I was like, you know, I can't go to talk to
The most
you.
beautiful person I saw was this South of France.
Woo!
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah, out of nowhere, I just see Dirk and Shady just looking at me. Hey, what you say? I thought
oh my gosh, that trip was too funny, man. It was so funny.
I
Wow.
wish they had a few more of those, though.
But it was a real bonding process. Man.
It
A lot of
was,
people,
it
man.
was,
a
it
real
was.
bonding. Like, me and this guy got even closer and all that. So nah, very grateful, man. Very good.
I don't understand how there were people that weren't even in thing Papa one.
But somehow they
Burke Francis, they came as well.
Oh, yeah,
That's
well,
Burke was doing French though. Francis just finished.
Yeah, Francis
He was
came
cool.
through. That's why I don't understand how he and
Tyrell.
Demba didn't come through.
You should have come through early, man.
Demba still talks about it to this day, bro, that he didn't go
You
to
didn't
that
go,
shit,
bro.
but
I'm
anyway.
glad you didn't.
Oh, wow. Hey.
Yeah,
Second, you
man,
still
man.
right.
We're taking all the attention. He always does. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So, and also going back to friends again, relationships that we have today.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to tell you what my best years were.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
I'll say, because I can never just say my best year, because every year is nuanced. You have your bad sides, you have your good sides. I'll say year 11, because obviously that's when I really stepped up in terms of my academia, and I was just like, right, man, he's getting bad in these GCSEs, and I passed every single one of my GCSEs. Man, got 3 A's, 6 B's, 4 C's, clap for me.
Hey.
Obviously, you got better GCSEs, but like for me, because of what I went through in secondary school, I was on the downward slope, and so the fact that I just literally ran it back, just turned around everything, you know, that was, in terms of the results, that was the best year for me, innit? I'll say the most transitional and most important year for me, apart from my year 11 year, was year 9, because that's just when I was just in a real pit in my life, innit? Like, but you know,
The real what?
a real pit, personal pit,
yeah.
but for certain characters, like,
It's about
and
distraction.
I always had on as well, like, you know,
Distraction.
in life, yeah, you can't be scared to fail. Don't be scared to
Perfect.
fail.
Yeah.
Do not be scared to
Perfect.
And secondary school is the perfect time to make all your mistakes.
Perfect.
You know, to fail at things you want to try.
That doesn't mean go and look at, don't study, don't
Yeah, yeah,
don't do
no,
that.
no.
And when I said fail, see, some of you might take that literally. I don't mean fail intentionally. I
Yeah.
mean fail as in try.
Yeah.
Fail by trying.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
it? Prepare
Prepare.
for the worst. Pray for, whoa.
Hope for the
Prepare
best.
Best,
Prepare for the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fail to prepare.
Wait, what?
Fail to prepare. Prepare to fail.
Good job.
Voila.
Do you know what I mean?
Bravo.
Could be off guard.
No, but
man.
it's true, and that's probably maybe the last thing we'll even touch on. You know, don't be, even no matter what friends say, family, school, teachers. It's not the end.
It's not the
Because
end.
the thing is, when you're
It's not the
scared,
end.
when you're also scared to fail, that suffocates the creative side as well that we spoke about.
Yeah.
And other opportunities you're gonna have, it can even stop you from being yourself. So it all ties in, you know, together in that kind of way. You know, so that's pretty much it. Unscripted. Yeah, that's it, man.